emerge from the hurt we learn. I was shattered, bruised and torn, left alone to rebuild, reborn. You took my voice, I took the pain, but now I rise, I'm breaking chains. I'm the claiming your trains. I'm the phoenix rising.
Hey, Phoenixes are rising. Welcome. I'm Coach T, and this is episode 17, All or Nothing, aka Splitting. And I just want to remind you guys before we start, your blessings are in your ashes. When we talk about cluster V personalities, there's a thread that runs through all of them. Black and white thinking. It's either you're with me or you're against me. No middle ground. No gray, just total allegiance or total exile. And that's dangerous because it doesn't leave room for being human. I've seen that mindset up close. I've lived under it. And lately it's been showing up again, this time in a new place. I've only been where I'm at now for about 4 months. I thought I got this fresh start. There's going to be new energy, keep to myself, let my nervous system and my brain and everything, my body heal. But somehow that same spirit from California followed me. And within, I would say, a month, I was falsely accused of being racist because I reported a teenage Latina harassing me. And another tenant just recently decided that he was going to be infatuated with me and somehow got my phone number. Of course, now I'm the problem. Oh, I was also accused of threatening to call ICE on maintenance guys who were acting creepy. So, and, in some of these cases, it's just simply setting a boundary. Now I'm the problem because I set a boundary. And it's that same all or nothing that cluster B personalities weaponize. The moment you say no, they rewrite the story. You're the enemy. And there is nothing that you can do about it. I first learned what that looked like through someone who had borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, depression, and sociopathy. It was psychopathic, sociopathic. And they lived with her for 2 months. And with her, it really was an all or nothing thing. And mind you, I did not know that she had these diagnoses. I didn't, before I moved in to try and escape being homeless because I had already been on the streets for 3 days. So I was told like the next day. And I was already exhausted. So I was like, I didn't really understand what a cluster B personality was. When she said borderline personality, I didn't know that. Schizophrenia, I didn't know that either. I didn't know. I heard of it, but the schizophrenia and all that, but I didn't know exactly what it was. So again, she was this all or nothing. And if you didn't want to engage with her, for instance, she thought that because I was under her roof, we were automatically a couple, and she paraded me around. Now, mind you, she was already with somebody, and she showed me the ring, and I met her, the wife and whatnot. And boy, so I was kind of taken aback by her trying to induce a relationship or force me into a relationship with her. So she decided I didn't deserve to exist because I rejected her. And that rejection left a wound which caused her to discard me. And after the discard, I stayed away. And she launched a crusade against me that felt like the whole city was after me because uh, um, I'd never heard before about gang stalking. I literally had to look up. I said neighborhood stalking, like, then all that other stuff came up, gang stalking and surveillance, infraguard, and all that. And I don't, I'm not gonna say that here, but maybe we'll talk about it. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear my story about how it began for me. But she did launch a crusade against me for years. And really, she is one of those people that does not want to let go. And she keeps doing the same thing over and over and over again until she gets the result that she wants. And actually, even if she gets the result, she still does the same thing over and over and over and over again. All right. So, but because I was going through harassment and gang stalking I mean horrific slander by people that I didn't know, this shattered it shattered every sense of safety because I realized when a person's entire identity depends on your compliance, your independence becomes their threat. Okay? So black and white thinking clinically is called splitting. It is a defense mechanism when someone with BPD or other cluster B characteristics or traits feels abandonment or shame. Their brain goes off into survival mode. The amygdala, the fear center, floods the system and drowns out reasoning. So instead of they're busy, they still care, it becomes they hate me, I hate them, and I'm going to get revenge. Right? Brain scans show higher amygdala activity and weaker regulation circuits. In borderline personality disorder, this comes from emotional dysregulation and attachment trauma. In narcissistic or antisocial personalities, it's about control. Gray areas threaten power. So when you pull away, they split. Love to hate, idealization to devaluation in one heartbeat. When I finally gray rocked, stopped feeding the drama, she couldn't handle that. To her, silence meant annihilation. And since then, she's tried to reassert control through rumors and stalking at my job, at my, it's blocking any type of relationships or romantic uh, uh, invitations that I may receive, unless it's with a man, does not want me with a woman, which is weird. Somebody trying to, and I have had somebody think that they could do enough witchcraft, I guess, on me to make me not be a lesbian, which I think that's hilarious. But that's another story. Again, in the comments, if you want to know about it, let me know. So that's what all or nothing looks like when it grows up. This woman was 60 years old, grows up and gets dangerous. Amber Alt's research on lesbian relationships notes a 90-day reset. Honeymoon, rupture, rewrite. That's the dopamine cycle, chaos mistaken for chemistry. And that's what the borderline and the cluster B is going through. So when they're doing it to you, this is how they function. Just imagine that somebody built a robot that does these same the honeymoon, the rupture, the rewrite, the love bombing, the idealization, the love bombing, and then the discard, right? So they're going through that whole cycle every single time. They have to reset themselves because they can't take it. I've seen that. It feels like passion because peace feels foreign, right? But it's that same wiring, unable to hold comfort without fear of loss. So even if, you have a peace where you could live by the ocean, and these guys are um, still going to cause drama. And I remember saying to somebody, I was like, you just can't help but cause drama. You can't just be still. Whereas those of us phoenixes that were neurodivergent, CPTSD, PTSD, autistic, we're on the spectrum. And I love peace. Right now, I am recording this under a little lamp, right? A little bit too bright for my liking, but you know, have the hall light on. Everything is dark. And I realized that this is what I do. I like the warmth of the sun and other things I can, I want that comfort. I want that peace. I don't want to be overly stimulated. Right. And when I do get overly stimulated, I have to remember to it's okay to shut down. It's okay to just watch a movie and have some popcorn, you know? Um, so, but anyway, with them, they don't like that. They always, and one thing I realized, at least with this particular individual, is she got off on traumatizing people. She had the most demonic look on her face, the snicker, the sinister grin, and she was always chewing on something like a piece of cud, you know? And they enjoy it. So she would gather people who enjoyed recording, and that's what they would do. They would go after people who somebody else was upset with. Sometimes they'd get a little stipend, and sometimes they would just do it for fun, you know? So anyway, if you've ever been caught in that loop with somebody like I was for 2 months, with a partner or roommate, a parent, a stalker, a job, you know how hard it is to find your center again, because now you have to decompress from their energy. It's not you. You're not the one, and that's why just wait a year, wait at least 3 months to give yourself, your nervous system, some time to calm down, and make sure that you're gonna go through brain fog, you're gonna cry. You may not have, you don't need a reason. Your body is the reason, because your body absorbed those blows, those energetic blows, and some of those physical blows, right? So now you're mourning. Allow yourself, your body to mourn, and just give it a bit, because it's not you. So when you're going back and forth, up and down, well, maybe I am, and da da da. No, that's not it. What they're doing, what it is it's still lingering with you. So healing means learning to live in the gray, right? So you were balanced before, but coming through with this cluster B personality that's hot and cold, and throwing temper tantrums, et cetera, right? Now you have to, in your brain, right? It's like taking a drug. I took a college class about drugs and whatever, and they were saying what the amphetamines did, what the opioids did, what everything did, what marijuana did, how it affected you, how heroin affected you. And basically, when you do take a drug, because it's the way the professor said, he said, when you want courage, you do and just trigger warning, and I'm not condoning any of this. This is just for, let's say you do some snow, okay? You do some sugar, and it alters your brain, because now you're too amped in that whatever emotion you're trying to replenish or gain is now on overload. So your brain literally has to switch gears, right? Let's just say you're driving stick and you come up on ice. You got to switch gears to avoid, skidding from that ice or whatever, right? Or going up the hill, you got to switch gears, right? If you want to go up in speed, you got to switch gears. And so that's what your brain is doing. Your brain is switching gears. And so when you are in a relationship with a cluster B personality, your brain literally has switched gears so much that it can't get back to its original setting, its factory settings. So you have to reset yourself, okay? So healing means learning to live in the gray, teaching your body that safety isn't boredom, because you're not them. The neutrality isn't rejection. For survivors, the work is to stop internalizing their split, to stop seeing yourself as either saint or sinner, hero or target. You are a whole person who simply chose peace. Okay? The all or nothing thinking might look good like strength, but it's really fear dressed as certainty. And fear will always demand loyalty it didn't earn. And remember, from the ashes we rise, from the soul we lead. This is Coach T, and I love you.